Hello again. I'm John Cole. I write under the name of Amicus. I'm going to start a piece of music playing that I used as a theme song every morning on an old radio station in Portland, Oregon, KKEY, The Fool on the Hill. And if you learn the lyrics to that song, I think you might appreciate the irony of the situation. I would like to thank my youngest daughter, Calamity. That isn't her real name, but it should have been, for the inspiration, for the content of this program. She called today. She had watched the last video I directed to Mr. Christopher Ruddy at Newsmax Media and Donald J. Trump, current presidential candidate, and I think probably the next president of the United States. Her commentary was on immigration. And it turns out she's taking a class at a university, and she says, "Dad, I am the minority now." She said there are people from the subcontinent of India, from Mexico, from Nicaragua, from Poland, from Japan, from other places in Asia, and me, I'm an American, and I'm in the minority. So in addition to the reasons Mr. Trump and others have given to limit immigration, to enforce the laws of this country, which do dictate how and how many people from outside the country enter the United States, you could solve part of the problem simply by enforcing the laws. And what to do with the millions of people who are already here? Again, follow the law. If they're not citizens, they cannot live in the country. It's not a matter of prejudice. It's not an opinion. It's simply a reflection of the basic laws of the United States of America, which come from our Constitution. We either have law or we do not. And as an adjunct or corollary to that, the leader in the White House at this current time has disregarded the laws of the nation, the laws of this nation, by using his own executive orders to thwart and break our laws. And with that as an example, you can see it in the racial crisis that is occurring across the nation now with the Black Lives Matter group and all that. It all comes from the top down. If the leader does not obey the laws of the country, the people say, well, why should we obey the laws? And they're not. Immigration, that's one issue that needs to be dealt with. So, Mr. Ruddy, Mr. Trump, I'm at your service. I'm going to get back into costume now a little bit, if I may. Oh, yes, Mr. Trump, that is my hair. I could pull it down and bring it down a little bit more, but for the time being, I won't do that. I call my daughter Calamity because she came into this world red-faced and screaming, and she hasn't much changed since that day. Let me bring another issue to the forefront. That would be the Second Amendment. Now, don't get all freaked out, ladies. That's a BB gun, an air pistol. I use it to scare away the squirrels that knock over my bird feeders and eat all the bird seed. So with a little pop in the behind, they seem to not come around as much. Anyway, it is the Second Amendment rights of every American citizen to defend themselves. It's our law. And I think instead of trying to take guns away from people, I think government ought to encourage people to own, possess, and learn how to use not only one firearm, but several. You'd be surprised on a big sign on the front of your house saying, "This owner is armed and prepared to shoot," will usually dispel any borders on the ship of state, so to speak, to be a little poetic. This is an audition tape, a plea for employment with Newsmax Media, Newsmax Television. Again, Mr. Ruddy, I would like to do your morning program. I would like to challenge Morning Joe on MSNBC and Fox and Friends on Fox and whatever they have on CNN, which probably isn't much. But I can't guarantee, of course, one can't. But I have asked in other videos and in emails and messages to Newsmax Media that I want to bring on board 6 interns from universities across the country to address the problems of why we don't get objective news, why MSNBC and CNN are biased toward the left. And Fox is right in the middle. They're neither right nor wrong, good nor bad, because they say fair and balanced. And you just tell me how you can balance between good and evil. You can't. You lose. You either do your utmost to understand what is good, what is right for humanity, for each individual, for individual liberty and freedom and the dignity of the person. That is our purpose in life, is to discover truth, to discover good, and then practice it, and then spread it as best we can to others, and maintain our community of individuals who have rights and liberties protected by law. That's what I talk about. That's what I've been talking about for 50 years on talk radio, on television interviews, in my writings, in my books, in my talks and discussions with other people. It's what I do. It's what I want to continue doing in the years I have left to express they're not opinions, they're my interpretation of truth, of right, of good, and where we ought to be headed as a society. So once again, the Fool on the Hill offers this impromptu, non-scripted video message to Newsmax Media and to the Donald J. Trump campaign. Gentlemen, let me be of service. This is John Cole. I write under the name of Amicus, and I thank you for your attention. Thank you.